Matthew, could you go and choose a story from the book nook, please? Well, help ahead you, you've chosen a really special book. This book was given to me by my great nine, and I think it's a story that you'll all really, really love. It's very old, and some people think that this is actually a true story and not just a Welsh myth. The title of the story is How the Draig Came to Fly for Wales. A long, long time ago in the northeast of Wales was a village called Penley. The people of Penley were a happy folk, but after years of terrible rain and cold weather, they were finding it difficult to survive. Their firewood was too wet to use to cook and heat their homes.
I'm hungry and I'm cold. My firewood is soaked through. I'll never light our fire to cook with. How will I keep this house warm?
This is all like Draig's fault.
It's the Draig's fault that everything goes wrong around here. If we didn't have that Draig living wood over there, we wouldn't be having these problems. We need to go and see the village elders about this.
In the village of Penley, there was a wood. And in the wood lived a dragon. The Welsh word for dragon is Draig. The people of Penley had never met this dragon, but from the stories that they told and stories that they'd heard about other dragons, they knew that they should be avoided at all costs. So off went some of the villagers. They went to seek advice from the village elders, who everyone turned to in times of danger.
We all think that the Draig is the reason for all the villagers' bad luck. Something has to be done to get rid of it. No, use that Draig. Heat breathes fire, and fire is what we need. You mean bring the dragon to the village? Yes, our villager must go. They will catch up that Draig. We will use him to our advantage.
You mean chain it up? What happens if it breathes fire on us?
If we cover the head with a sack, it won't be able to.
How can it use someone? We can't force anybody.
Oh yeah. Then the villagers will decide.
Oh no!
And decide is what they did. A big meeting was called and the whole village turned out. They decided that a contest should be held, and this contest would consist of feats of bravery and daring. Contestants had to run from the top of Dinas Bran as fast as they could, dodging thistles, and do it without a single nettle sting. Out of the river at Bangor-on-Dee, they had to fish out 5 warty toads and hold them in their hands without squealing. And finally, they had to find the biggest, hairiest spider dangling in a web in the yew trees at Overton and stroke it 10 times. The winner of this competition was not a big, burly man, but a little girl called Nia. Nia had a brother called Hugh, and they were always daring each other to do horrible things. So Nia was armed with a chain and a big sack and sent off into the woods to find the Draig.
Thanks for coming this far with me, Hugh. But from here on, I have to go alone.
Who are here? That Draig's your fear. Here, take this lucky bracelet of touch. He always used to say it will bring the wear good luck and safety.
Oh, thanks! Me? Fear? Don't be silly.
We never feel afraid of the big bad
But the further into the woods Nia went, the scarier everything began to look.
These woods look really scary. I must be brave. What's that noise? It didn't sound scary. It sounded sad. If someone was upset.
Look, my dragon all alone.
That Draig sounds sad, not scary. Maybe he needs our help.
Who's there? Who is it? Who is in these woods?
Is that you, Draig? You didn't sound very scary.
Please don't hurt me. What do you want?
So Nia explained to the Draig why she was there. And the Draig explained to Nia that he was in fact scared of the villagers too, and he was very sad and very lonely. He'd always wanted to try and be friends with people, but they always ran away when he went near them. The Draig told Nia that he would help her and the villagers of Penley, but only if they would accept him as a friend and not hurt him or run away from him again. As they talked, a friendship was forming. Nia left the chains and sack on the ground, and the Draig and the little girl set off back through the woods towards the village.
Look! It's Nia and the Draig, but... Oh no! Where's the sack? Where are the chains?
That girl is too fearless for her own good. What is she doing? Don't you think that the dragon looks a bit scared?
Yes.
So Nia explained to the villagers and the elders what the Draig had said. And one by one the villagers turned to the Draig and they said that they would be his friend.
I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend.
I'll be your friend.
One by one each family welcomed the Draig into their home, and the Draig breathed fire onto the wet firewood, drying it out. Now everybody had a fire to cook with and warm their homes. Nia's family asked the Draig to live with them, and he quickly agreed.
You need a new name. You're part of our family. Oh yes, please. I hate being called Draig.
I think we'll call you Merlin from now on.
All the villagers grew to love Merlin the Draig, and as a way of letting him know just how special he was and how much they loved him, they decided to paint a picture of him on their precious flag. And there it stayed. Whenever people visited the village and asked why they had a red dragon on their flag, then the story of Merlin was told. This story spread throughout Wales, and soon people came from all over the country to catch a glimpse of this wonderful dragon. Whoever met Merlin loved him, and soon all over Wales people had painted his picture on their flag.
Is that a true story?
Well, I don't think so, but it is a lovely story, isn't it?